almost 9 times out of 10, they end up just being a fish in a barrel or a fish in a box, depending on how you want to look at it. As stacking out picks up Surge, still 2 more players will have to fall. That half in, half out zone is revealed. If you see the bottom right-hand corner, that is when the safe zone will move and begin intersecting the previous safe zone. So you can see the white line is now in between that old blue line. After that, we will have the full moving zones, which are what happens in both Arena and Tournament Fortnite, where the new safe zone is completely outside of the previous safe zone, and that's where you get those sick endgame rotations there. As Panda has to be careful, he will pick up Laser RP. Storm Surge will turn off now. However, you're going to hear all the crash pads, all the launch pads going off as players are burning their utility, trying to get through here, but they need to be careful because we're over by the woods. It's really difficult to traverse vertically. You have to knock down some of those trees, make sure they aren't in the way. You have to make sure you have a clean path here. So we're going to hop on board with 100 Thieves Cease.
And he's got that grappler gun in the back pocket, and that is going to be great for this verticality, like you said. If it starts going up a hill, nothing is better to get up there than that grapple gun. It pulls out the glider as well, so you can go a little bit further, and Cease has been using it so well. It's an awkward item sometimes to use if you're not used to it when it comes to the end games, because the old grapple, as Sundown was touching on earlier, didn't have that kind of glider mechanics. So you could grapple, you could box up, and it was a lot quicker, it was a lot more fluid, but Cease proves how good he is with it, and shows how smart he is at where he does grapple to try and make sure the glider doesn't leave him in the air too long and leave him vulnerable. You can't build while you're in the sky, so you're a very easy target if you don't use it properly. Cease using it very, very well today as well, part in other qualifiers too. 14 points total, and also this team has now gone, they've got half on this area, and they've got first rotating. Half being one of the most important zones in Fortnite to get, because it saves that mobility like Sundown was talking about. You don't have to burn it to get there, you get to now keep it for these other rotating zones, which we're going to see kick in right now. We'll see if Cease does he use his launch pad or does he use the grapple to make this rotate, or is he going to go back through some old builds to keep him safe for as long as possible?
He's rotating back to the old builds, but you can see again right above the map, Storm Surge is online. 14 players need to go down, 30 will be that threshold, so keep an eye on the top left hand corner. But Cease is going to keep an eye on rotation. He picks up aimbot MI right there, brilliantly done from him. Rox picks up Bugha, Bucky goes down to Miro, Joji will pick up Distract, and we have top 40. That's another placement point ticking over. We'll wait for a second here as the replay will catch up. All those crash pads and launch pads will go over. Cease picks up visuals as well, but now we'll see the glider grapnel gun being put to good use, and you can see how he's using it horizontally and staying low to the ground to really minimize the amount of time he spends in the air, whereas the rest of the lobby is trying to maximize the time spent in the air right now, getting as much horizontal distance as possible out of their utility as we're on board with Miro. Again, one of 3 players to have qualified for every single final round. They talk about solos, they talk about RNG, they say no, you can't do it in a battle royale game. Well, he says, what do you mean you can't do it? 2 eliminations already to his name, 2 more players to fall, and he'll have a top 30 as well, and he'll directly contribute to that. Miro takes out such a clutch, not quite clutch enough for him there, as RBG also gets Zeshi, and Miro continues with that pepper rotation. Aussie, he's just so quick.
He's so quick with it. He's got such a good loadout to close this one out. Miro with 2 legendary weapons in the back pocket is going to be very scary for this rest of this lobby. And we might see Zeke getting the final laugh, as I see Furious is still in this lobby, dropping some big eliminations as Cease falls. Unfortunately, Miro in a great spot right now, just using that rotation to keep staying frontside. He'll get frontside of zone, then he'll look back, get his eliminations, and then keep moving. He's staying away from that backside of zone constantly to make sure he doesn't fall in the storm and take that damage. He's got 1 flopper left as well, so he has got a little bit, and I don't know if that's his cone or the enemy's cone. If that was Miro's, that was some incredibly quick reactions, and he's going to just sit back up here. That elimination is not worth going for. He's just inside that top 20 placement threshold. He knows that he needs eliminations right now to get extra points, but he wants the placement. Nice little stair flip, and he gets it. Stacky goes down. Miro is on a warpath, and he's just upgraded from a legendary burst to now have the Ocean's mythic burst AR, and he has a legendary charge shotgun. He is looking so good to close this out. 4 eliminations on the board. Can he outdo Khanada? Can he drop enough eliminations to jump right up there? 16 points already as Hogman takes down Apex, which was our first place player coming into this game. So it's going to shake up the leaderboard a little bit, Sundown.
It's going to shake up the leaderboard indeed, as now we see Miro dropping down, and we've talked about it. We've wanted to see a player really take control in NAE, say, hey, this is my region, this is my opportunity. Nobody has really risen up and been able to control the games, but right now Miro has an opportunity to do that. For Elim so far, dropping down, finds a 5th, a huge shock onto Danny with that legendary charge, and he says, why not make it a double? Furious's run goes down, and he's going to be furious about that. Miro making him look silly for Elim number 6, and he's not done yet with still 7 players remaining. Can he find more? Because he's looking for it with still 68 builds, a crash pad, and a flopper. He's set up to potentially go huge here, and he does, finding class as well. 6 players left.
Miro is going to continue his warpath right now. I can't see anything stopping him. Miro now pushing forward. Nosh, Bank, Hogman. We got some big names in this lobby, though. Some people that could maybe put an end to Miro's warpath. No, never mind. No one is stopping it right now. He's on 23 points. There's only 3 opponents to walk through. Make that 2 opponents to walk through. I don't think I've ever seen someone clean up an endgame in a final just like this. He has got so many eliminations. He now has 3 mythic weapons. Miro drops down and takes down Bank. There is no way he adds everyone into this. Can Miro close out the perfect endgame, taking down almost every other player he is facing? He has not out-survived them. He has not outlived them. He has eliminated them, and I think he will here. Miro takes the high ground, and he does. I don't think I have ever seen someone take out almost every remaining player in the top 10. Miro, that is an almost perfect game with 11 eliminations.
Bueno, mira, that was amazing, so good at the end there, but specifically, I want to key on the fact that Smacked hit him with a huge 132 shot, and what did he do? He didn't